Hey everyone, good morning. This is your favorite channel, the Iphone Bloke, where we help quality people to pick up quality products. Now, in this video, I want to talk about one of those outstanding points which many of us tend to ignore, and this is in context to your iPhone battery. So, the question is, do you know how to take care of your battery? If not, then do not worry. In this video, I'm going to capture and talk about 5 magical tips which can definitely help you to protect your battery and make it last longing. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started and let's talk about those 5 basic tips which every iPhone user should know if they are going to have a great battery life with their respective iPhones, right? So let's get started. The first tip: charge with your iPhone when it is switched off. Now, a lot of people, as I've seen in my personal opinion, do not charge their respective cell phones when the cell phone is switched off. And when you go back and talk to them and talk about why don't they do it, and then the basic answer is, I have got phone calls to attend, I've got things to do. Agreed. But then if you want to have your phone to give you more juice and last long, then you should always charge your phone when it is switched off. Now what it does, it charges fastly, it protects from heating, number 2. And number 3, if you have a good habit of charging your phone with having your phone on switched off mode, then the overall battery life will be enhanced, practically, and it will give you more juice always, every time, whenever you put in your phone for a charge. So always charge your phone when the iPhone is, I must say, switched off, as it will give you a great battery life and great juice in the longer run. That's number 1. Number 2, I want to talk about charging your phone without the case. Well, if you take a survey on Google and if you see how people charge their respective iPhones, more often than not, they always go ahead and charge with the case on. Trust me, it's absolutely no, and you should never want to do it, because what it does when you have your case on, it overheats your product, and that can definitely lead to a poor battery. It may damage your battery, because none of the batteries like to be heated. So always remember, whenever you have to have your phone on charge, you must remove the case. Now, it may be a case of, let's say, 1,000 rupees or even 500 rupees, but ultimately what matters is how are you charging your phone. Is it with case or without case? In my recommendation, from my experience and of my research from various websites and data, you should always charge your phone when it is not in the case. That's another healthy tip to protect your iPhone's battery life. That's number 2. Number 3, you want to talk about when should we plug in for charge. Now, most of the iPhone users have this tendency to carry the adapters, and I wouldn't blame them, because initially, if you say the first 4-5 generation of iPhones, they haven't had fantastic battery lives as Androids, because they had less configuration. But then that practical habit is not that great, because if you keep charging your phone every now and then, let's say it's 30%, then again you take out, and then again you plug in at 40%, and then at 45%, that literally disrupts the battery cycle. Number 1. Number 2, it will spoil the battery, the lithium, these so-called ingredients of your battery inside. And third, it may not give you that great productivity and great efficiency going forward if you keep plugging after 30%, 40%, 50%, 60%. So always remember, if you want to maintain a fantastic battery life, you have to only charge it when it reaches 20%, or let's say at 10%. But not at 0%. Remember that, because if it reaches a 0%, then it takes more time to charge the lithium parts of the battery and that can really give you a really bad experience in the longer run. So always charge your phone when you reach at 20% and not less than that. That's tip number 3. Right, number 4. So a lot of people, those who have used iPhones and those who have got old iPhones at the respective homes, they tend to keep their iPhones charged for almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Now that's not a good sign, because every battery, if it's a lithium battery, has to have 1 cycle per week to be in great shape. And unfortunately, most of us don't do that. So if you really want your battery to be healthy, fine, working great, you must make sure that you should charge at least once in a week. And this is a special attention for people, those who have spare iPhones or spare phones, wherein they have just charged once in a month and kept it on, a standby mode. No, it's a bad practice. You should always charge your spare iPhone's battery at least 1 cycle in a week to be in the running status, to be in good running status. Otherwise, it'll die, and it'll die pretty soon. So that's number 4. Number 5, which I believe is really important to remember. When did you charge? How long did you charge? Did you charge overnight, and so on? So a lot of people have this habit, when they come home from work and if they see their battery is dying, then at that very point of time, especially in the night hours, they plug in their iPhones and leave it till the entire night. Now, that's a complete no in any case, whether you have iPhone 11 or upcoming iPhone 12, or you have got previous iPhones, or you've got even an Android phones. If you have, you cannot put your phone overnight for charge and leave it for 6-7 hours. That's absolutely no. And if that happens, and if you have that practice, leave that right away, because that can seriously take a huge toll on your battery's life, and it may not give you enough juice, enough efficiency, enough run in the longer run, and that will definitely lead to a lot of expenses, and of course a pretty bad satisfaction in terms of usage. So these were the 5 basic tips I thought I should share with all of you in terms of iPhone battery. And just to give a little light on the same, it is not just primarily with iPhone battery. Whatever phones you have, if you happen to have Android phones or some other phones, you must follow these basic 5 tips to make sure your battery has a great life. Well, with this note, I want to sign off. And not before I say thank you. In case if you like the content, do subscribe it, give me a thumbs up. Do comments, do share your feedback, suggestions if you have in case for me, and help us to become better. Right, so thank you so much for joining us today. And till next time, please take good care of yourself, and thanks for watching.